The ACLU says it has uncovered records showing ICE is actively considering proposals to expand its immigration detention capacity in Nevada. The news comes as President-elect Donald Trump promises to enact mass deportations on day one. The proposal seeks to expand the capacity at the Nevada Southern Detention Center and other prisons across the country. The ACLU says the facility in Pahrump has been the center of a federal investigation for medical negligence, racial discrimination, and verbal abuse of detainees. In a statement, the executive director of the ACLU of Nevada said expanding ICE presence in Nevada will tear families apart, erode trust in law enforcement, and make Nevada less safe. If the Trump administration's approach to immigration is effectuated as described, it would wreck Nevada's economy. Fox 5 has reached out to ICE for a response. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.